Hello and welcome to your 10th assignment walkthrough, Define Category Structure. My name is Shantria Tram with Logical Outcomes and I will be taking you through the assignment. So in this assignment, we are going to learn how to structure and customize category options, categories, and category combinations for data elements in DHIS2, and we're going to learn some best practices along the way. So if we scroll down, we'll see exactly what our assignment requires. We need to disaggregate information and requirements for the three circumstances here. So let's swing back to our workbook. I've sort of pre-filled this from the answer book. These are all the, not all of them, but a few of the USDA indicators here that we've broken down into numerators and denominators. So we've broken them down to its sort of essential data elements and what's required in order to do the calculations for an indicator. So the first one says we need to disaggregate the number of students receiving school meals by gender. And this refers to the very first indicator here. So we're just going to highlight that for now. Second one, the after-school literacy activities offered are book club, reading competitions, tutoring, and a collection of smaller programs. So the after-school literacy activities are broken down into these activities here. And we can find that right there, after school activities. We're just going to highlight that because that is what we're going to be addressing. And the facilities, we have the capacity to construct or improve our classrooms, kitchens, commodity storage, and so forth. And that refers to this one here, number of facilities. All right, so if we've highlighted three circumstances that we're going to be dealing with, and just to add something else to it, I'm going to add percent of teachers regularly attending, 90% of more, reporting to USDA supported classrooms and schools, and you'll see why in a second. So we're going to address these four indicators and its data elements. If we swing over to define categories structure, you'll see this template that we've created here for you, and we're going to take this information that we have and break it down. So categories is a way to disaggregate your data elements into smaller components. All right, so let's take this very first one. We know that we're looking for students who are benefiting from the USDA funded interventions, and we want to know whether they're male or female and the numbers for each one. So we know that the first category is gender. So female, male, and I'm going to put other as well. For the second one, we have number of facilities broken down to classrooms, kitchen, and so on, rehabilitated. So we can say that as type of facility. Or facility constructed, and we know that we have classroom, commodity storage, kitchen, water point. Okay. Our next one is, so this one I highlight because we don't actually need to disaggregate this. It is one-to-one. We're not breaking it down into, gender or anything else. That's not really important in our case. So we're going to leave that. There's no disaggregation here, and that's completely fine. We'll move on to the next one, which is after-school literacy activities held. And we'll break that down into after-school activities. What types are they? All right, so we have book club, reading competition, let's say, tutoring, and other. So there are other smaller programs there. We're not going to disaggregate even further. We'll put it in the category of other for that. All right, so here we are. Now, category combinations. It's really important when creating categories that you create a combination, and this could, a category combination encompasses one or more categories. So the category of gender could very well be in a category combination called gender. This could be exactly the same. Facilities constructed. There we go. It is also very possible that the category combination could be a combination where you want to find out more detailed information on gender and after-school activities and perhaps how these two are related. But for now, we'll keep it very simple. And we'll scroll down to the second part here, which is another template, but broken down, sort of laid out in a completely different way. So I think I'd mentioned before that our indicator here, teachers regularly attending, reporting to school, doesn't need any disaggregation. So for that, we're just going to copy and paste right here because it's not broken down any further. Here, let's take, by gender. Okay, we know that by gender, male, female. Oh, come on. And other. Okay. The next one, we disaggregated it by activities. So book club. We have reading competition. Okay, and we have a few others. We've also disaggregated another data element into facilities. So classrooms, kitchen, and so on. And we'll leave this one for now because we only are dealing with 4. So what are we disaggregating by gender? We've disaggregated the number of school-aged children. All right, so if we take a look at our initial breakdown here, this is what we're dealing with. Number of school-aged children. We want to break that down into male, female, and other. And what is it that we're disaggregating by activities? That would be school activities. Number of, that would be number of schools organizing after school literacy activities. And we want to know what kinds, how many. The next one is disaggregated by facilities, and the data element that we're dealing with here is the number of facilities. All right. So there you are. That is how you take your indicators and your data elements that you've broken down here, break them down into smaller components, into categories, their options, and then combining them into category combinations and disaggregating them by their individual elements. There you are. Go ahead and open up your curriculum workbook onto tab 10, Define Category Structure, and give it a try. Thanks for joining us. You can reach us at info@logicaloutcomes.net or click right there on the screen to access the online curriculum.